Good evening everyone and welcome to the Invictus Racing League, the Realistic Performance League, round 12 at the glorious race of the Mexican Grand Prix. I am your host with the most, Malc. Tonight with me, as always, is the greatest American commentator of them all, Tim. How you doing, mate? You alright?
Hello, Malc, and I am excited to kick off this final race of the season for the Invictus Racing League's Realistic Performance League, although tonight it is with a little bit of hard-pressing thoughts on my mind. As some of you may or may not know, NASCAR driver Ryan Newman last night in the Daytona 500 was involved in a scary crash which left him in serious condition. His injuries are not expected to be life-threatening, so that is very thankful that he is alive, but he still remains hospitalized, and I just want to say on behalf of myself and all of us here at the Invictus Racing League that we are sending well wishes and positive thoughts to Ryan Newman and his family and hoping for a very speedy recovery. Obviously, the Invictus Racing League, this is esports, this is e-motorsports, a very different form from the motorsports that the category that NASCAR falls into, but nonetheless, the motorsports family is a close family, and it's always unfortunate when we see something like this happen. We saw it last year in F2 with Antoine Hubert, and sadly, he did not survive that crash, so very thankful that Ryan Newman survived the crash, and we're all thinking about him and hoping that he can make a full recovery.
Absolutely, fair stuff there from yourself there, Tim. Like I said, I'm the same as well. We're all at Invictus that we hope that he'll have a speedy recovery, in as quickly as possible, shall we say. But like I said, hopefully we'll get back into it as well. But we're going to go back to the racing at the qualifying at the Mexican Grand Prix now with Lozak doing his proper qualifying lap here at the last point of the Mexican Grand Prix here. So let's see what he can try and do here at this point at the Mexico City. The Autodromo Hermas Rodriguez passing into turn 1 now, into turn 2, and then into turn 3 now. This is the start of the DRS straights here. So Nitric has just joined, so he'll join us in the race itself. So at the end of the first sector, he's got purple. Lozak's got purple, but not for now here. Not for now. Let's see what he can try and do. Passing into turn 6 now at the hairpin corner, then down here, which is down the straight here into turn 7 now. Into turn 8. Oh, he's in Valladay's lap here. He's in Valladay's lap here. So Carlsberry, will he probably be the best driver in the world here? We'll have to wait and see. He's in Valladay's lap here as well. Let's see who else is, but we'll carry on from Carlsberry's point of view here. Passing into the stadium section there, passing into turn 12, and then into turn 13 now, the unlucky turn, then into 14, then 15, and then 16 now, which is the part where you have to get that back end there as well, and then to turn 17. So that is the qualifying lap there. It's not time just yet, but Rimac, the F3 championship winner of this season, is in first place with a 116 flat there. So that will be a fantastic stuff there as well. Roy Boy, who's a newcomer to Invictus Racing League in the Realistic Performance League tonight. He's done a 117.1. He's in the Williams at the moment here. Tyler Balanch, who's in the Renault, he's had a little bit of an upgrade from the Williams from the last few races here. But with the races itself and the qualifying for the final time here, Tim, who's going to be your money on tonight from what you're seeing so far?
Well, for my brief stint this season in the F3 League, I am definitely impressed with Rimac, and already he's showing some very promising pace. He is in a Red Bull, so a very good car he's got under him today. A 116.037. Yas, meanwhile, in second with a 116.097 in the Alfa Romeo. So, Yas, also a very quick driver, definitely trying to approach Rimac, but I'm going to keep my eye on both Yas and Rimac tonight, because Mr. Sky Z, our champion, actually could not make the race tonight. So, could that maybe mean a bit of a freebie, a bit of a free win for one of these guys?
Could be, but as you said, Mr. Sky C, it's the first time in 4 seasons, where he has not raced at all in the race itself. So that'll be the first time. But To be fair, though, Mr. Skycy is always been consistent in the podiums, or guaranteed at least in the top 5. Not always winning every race, though, Tim. He never always used to win every single race. I remember that one season where he didn't actually win a race at all in one season and won the title, because of consistency and stuff there as well. So, Carlsberry is going to do his lap in now. He is at the second sector now. Let's see what he can try and do through the S's part section. It's the most trickiest part here as well. With the Mexican Grand Prix, do you like the track? Do you prefer it, or do you not?
This track is actually one of the tracks that I find more or less easier to drive around, and I'm not sure why. Maybe it's just because you really cannot get a whole lot of speed picked up here, so therefore it's, in theory, easier to enter the corners, because at places like Bahrain, you know, down that very long straightaway, I'm always going off the corner. It's actually embarrassing how many times I overshoot that corner. So places like here, you've got the really long front stretch, but other than that, it's really just really short straightaways, and it's all about, you know, how your car is handling in the corners.
Absolutely, absolutely. Good evening to everyone that's joined the session here. Good evening to Baz Caps. How you doing, mate? You're all right? This evening, ladies and gents. Hope tonight's race has the same level of entertainment as last night. So, as he rightly said, last night in the F1 League was an absolute belter with the 2 title challengers as well, and it was an epic race. If you haven't watched it, make sure you replay the race itself on the Invictus Racing League channel for all the live races here as well. So yeah, just good evening to Signos. He says, howdy. Simon says, you guys know the weather? Hopefully I can join the race. I am not 100% sure. The weather crew has not mentioned anything to us at all here. So, at the moment here, it's a cloudy qualifying here. So, by the looks of what everyone else is going for here for the softs, would you have gone for the softs here, Tim, if you was battling out in the qualifying tonight?
Well, I think it depends on what really I'm going after. If I'm wanting the best starting position, and wow, Carlsberry, he just completely turns it dead right into the pits. It's like he overshot. It's like he was going to go for another lap, but then he decided nope, but by that time he had already overshot the pit entry, so he just completely turned dead right. I thought for a minute he actually spun out, but no, Carlsberry just pulling into the pits after invalidating that last lap. And to go back to what you said, Malc, it just depends on really what I'm looking for. If I'm wanting the best starting position that I possibly can, if I'm really wanting to just stay up top and get the best chance at the pole, then what I'm going to be doing, if I'm one of these drivers here tonight, is actually watching the Invictus Racing League's live stream and seeing what everyone else is doing. And then I use that information. So if I see everyone going on the softs and I want the pole position, I am definitely going softs. If I want to maybe try to shake things up, you know, then maybe I'll try something else. But if my mind is set on track position and set on pole, definitely going softs, just simply because that's what everyone else is doing at the time.
But, however, you don't want to get pole position here at the start of the race here, because you will get swamped by the slipstream galore here. There'll be a train behind. So if Rymac stays in pole position here, he'll have to watch out from behind there, because it's the longest straight from the first corner here. It feels like, I think it's longer than the Spain. You know, like the Spain start there. That might be, well, it's definitely even longer than the Spain start here as well. But, and possibly the same as the Russian track as well. But we'll have to wait and see. Simon says, yes, softs is the way to go forward for the tyre wear as well. We're under 9 minutes left of the qualifying here. Can anyone try and stop Rymac here into pole position here at the moment here? 116.037 here. 3 drivers have not had a time yet. Rymac has improved his time here, but 115.6. A 115.6. That's a cracker of a time there. I'm just going to watch Ferocious Dan's time here. With the time where the time itself here, do you reckon 115 is the pole time here, Tim, or do you think it'll be even lower than that, based on that?
Well, just thinking how the trends have really gone over the last few races, I would say that, I don't know, we might get around the 14.8, 14.9 range, maybe, because we have a a little over 7.5 minutes to go, just under 8 actually. But with Rimac currently at a 1:15.6 and Yas at a 1:15.7, I'm almost wondering if Rimac's even going to try to push it any further. Simply because, what he's probably going to do, at least what I would do, is try to conserve my tires as much as possible. And now that I have the pole, stay in the pits and just kind of hang out and watch the time. If Yas goes out, then I go out. But if Yas stays, then I stay.
Well,
so really, I think that Rimac's thinking should depend on what Yas is doing if the pole position is what he wants. But as you said, Malc, that pole position does give a disadvantage.
It does, but as you said, Jos came out just about before, I think it was just before, well, you know what I mean, Rimac came out first and then Jos second, but Jos did a 1:15.7, a tenth off Rimac's timer, so I can taste a battle, or smell a battle here from the Rimac and Jos battle here. I cannot wait for that as well. I reckon there'll be a 4 in a bed, possibly a 5 in a bed situation. I'm hoping that will happen. That'll be immense stuff here as well. If you like what we've seen so far, guys, please make sure you like, subscribe to the Invictus Racing League channel for all the live races here as well. We've got Roy Boy's coming up to do his lapping now. He's in the first sector now. He's coming to the end of it now. Will he try and improve his time here? No, it doesn't. It does not improve his time at the moment here in the first sector. Just watching it from if there's going to be a purple sector as well. Looking at the times there, Tim, and it's only coming up to 6 minutes after the qualifying for the final time this season. With so many at stake here. I know the drivers' standings have been, the drivers' championship has been settled and sorted, but the constructors ain't been settled yet. But it's more or less guaranteed with the TL44S crew here. Oh my days. Roy Boy's got a purple on second sector here, Tim. Roy Boy's got a purple sector on second sector here. He's passing the stadium section on. Now he's coming up to the last bit of the few corners there. Can he try and improve here, or is he going to try and tease? No, he's coming up to the final bit! Oh, he won 16.8. It was purple on second sector, so he's improved a lot there. Yellow flags on sector 2 and 3 there. See what happens there. But who are you watching so far, Tim?
Actually, I have been watching Roy Boy, and he is one of the 3 drivers in this field making their Invictus Racing League's Performance League debut. Am I correct on that? That is Roy Boy, Carlsberry, and Rimac. Yes,
it is. Rimac, who's currently from the F3 League, is joined tonight for the Realistic Performance League. You got Carlsberry, probably the best driver in the world at the moment. He's only at 123.3 at the back of the grid, so let's see if we can try and push that car to the limit here. Oh my days, TL44S has moved up to third. TL44S has moved up to third place here with a 116.2. And also, so Rimac, Carlsberry and Roy Boy are the only newcomers tonight here for the Realistic Performance League. With 4 minutes and 30 left on the qualifying here. Can anyone try and stop Rimac here for pole position here? Let's see what Sheepy can do here. He's coming up to the end of the first sector here. So, with the situations at the Mexican Grand Prix and all the track itself here, there's plenty of stake for the standings for the drivers here, because let me just load up the standings. So Mr. Skysea's already won the title. He's at 87 points. TL44S, who missed out last week at Brazil, in second place with 64 points. Froshistan is in third with 63 points. So that's a battle for second place here tonight between TL44S and Froshistan, who are third and fourth at the moment here. That could be tasty there. Sab is in fourth with 55 points. Luke Bailey is in fifth with 48 points. Nitro Gas is in sixth with 47 points. Time Avalanche is in 7th with 47 points. Simon is in 8th with 41 points. Jos is in 9th with 40 points. And O'Stevens in 10th with 39 points. And the rest are under 39 points. With the constructors as well, could be settled here tonight as well. TL44 Sab with 119 points. Bad Piggy F1 team is in second with 106 points. Third place is in Hesketh Racing. That's Froshistan and Froshistan at the moment here with 80 points. Sir Spud and Nitro Stone Cold Nitro with 76 points. Stevens in 5th with 69 points, and the rest are under 69 points as well. But we've under 3 minutes left here, Tim. Who are you watching so far?
Actually switching between Ferocious Dan, who just jumped up to 3rd, and now going back to Yas, who is starting his flying lap. So Ferocious Dan jumping up to 3rd with a 1:16.209, and Yas about to pass him here momentarily. Yas just now starting his flying lap. He's currently in 2nd with a 1:15.795, chasing down Rymax 1:15.664. And as you said, now where the pole position is a bit of a disadvantage, I really don't think Yas cares. I think right now he might just be going for broke here. I mean, he's really had some bad luck this season, and we talked about it week in and week out, that Yas, he's such a good driver. He is a quick driver. He has the pace. He has the potential. He has the ability to do well. He has the ability to win races, but for whatever reason, something seems to happen that just takes him away from that, and he's not able to get it done. Whether it's just bad luck or a very small mistake that ends up being majorly costly. It's just so unfortunate. And now he even goes wide and invalidates his lap as I'm talking about it. Oh my God. I mean, poor Yas. I mean, he is still 2nd, so definitely a good time on the board, but just an unfortunate situation indeed.
It is an unfortunate situation, but he's got 1:30 left here, so he might got enough to do the ERS to cap on here. Oh, Sab's retired in the pits there, so Sab cannot carry on here in the 3rd sector. So he's out of the qualifying here with 1:10 coming up soon now. So still watching. I tell you what, is Rymax coming up to the final bit of the stadium section here to do his proper lap in here. Do you think Rymac will get even lower on his time, or do you think he will not do it within the time left with under 1 minute left, Tim?
I think he will. I think he's going to beat his time, but how much by, I don't know. Because he knows Yas is out there, and so I'm assuming that's why he decided to go out, is he knows Yas is out there, and Rymax probably wanting that pole, because even though it's at a disadvantage, if he can defend into turn 1 and hold that position, then he might be in good standing. Because, DRS isn't activated until lap 3, and Yas goes wide and invalidates his lap again. Oh my goodness, it's that corner right before the stadium section. He just goes a little bit wide and it invalidates his lap, and he's just not able to get it done. So, 2 laps on these tires now, and not sure if he's going to try to run it again or not. He is going into the pits. Yas has had enough.
Yeah, so Yas will not improve his time here, but Rymac was purple on 1st sector, but he had invalidated his lap on 2nd sector here. Time has stopped for the final time this season here at the Invictus Racing League, the Realistic Performance League here. Rymac is holding on with 1st place here. Frostad 4th. Luke Bailey in 3rd place here. Where's TL4FS? He's invalidated his lap here. Where's Lozak? Lozak is coming up to the stadium section here now. He's still intact there with the Williams as well. He needs to find something here. He really needs to find something here. If he wants to try and get at least the top 5 here, he needs to try and find 4 turns from somewhere here. He can do it. If he beats Accused in here, but he might do it. Oh, he moves up to 7th. But TL4FS moves up to 6th place. Tyler Melange moves up to 7th place here as well. Roy Boy is going to do his lap in here and try and finish it off here now. Coming to the final bit of the corner here. He's going to try and finish it off here, but Roy Boy will not improve here. But where's Carlsberry? Carlsberry's purple. He is purple. He is purple on 2nd sector here. Can he try and improve here? He's on the soft tyres now. Everyone's going for the soft tyres here tonight as well. He's coming up to the final corner. Will he be probably the best driver in the world? Has he done it? Yes! Brilliant! Absolutely brilliant! He's probably the best driver in the world at the moment here. What a qualifying lap there!
Wow!
Oh!
Wow!
Here are your short qualifying classification for the Mexican Grand Prix. For the Invictus Racing League, the Realistic Performance League for the final time. Carlsberry, the probably best driver in the world here, in 1st place. Rymac is in 2nd. Yoss is in 3rd. Luke Bailey is in 4th. Frostan is in 5th. Oh, Stevens in 6th. TL4FS is in 7th. Tyler Melange is in 8th. Lozak is in 9th. Saab is in 10th. Sheep is in 11th. Roy Boy is in 12th. Mr. P is in 13th. Spud 14th. And Mike is the only one in 15th place who's not had a time at all. Baz Cabs says TL44 Sab for the Constructors' Championship. I do believe that could be the way that's going to happen, because Mike has to win the race and hope that TL44S or Sab does not get more than 2 points here. That is the situation here as well. Meg says nice lap at the end there as well. Absolutely fantastic. That's why Carlsberg type stuff. We do the usual advertisements, guys, and then we do talk about the race itself with Tim. Here, this is the Invictus Racing League, the Realistic Performance League, on the Tuesday nights on the YouTube channel at 8 p.m. with myself, Malc, and Tim, and the greatest American commentator of them all. This is the final race of the season here. Plenty at stake here as well, especially for second and third place, and also for fifth and sixth and seventh place as well. So many manic stuff there for the drivers, as well as the constructors. That will be confirmed tonight as well. Therefore, the 102nd time of the Realistic Performance League. We've also got, not only we do the Tuesday nights, we've also got the Monday nights on the F1 League, the Premier League, the top flight division here, with all the fastest drivers there. But also you got the two greatest commentators of them all, are Gareth and Sab. They do a brilliant commentary as well on the Monday nights. But not only we've got Mondays and Tuesdays, but we've also got Wednesdays for the equal performance on the F2 with Energy Dan and Warris Lander for F2, and myself currently for F3 as well. We also got the podcast on the Thursday nights. The final word will kick off on the 27th of Feb, so make sure you tune in out with Gareth and Sab from the F1 League. They do a brilliant podcast, and I can't wait for their brand new series, talking about the real life F1 and also talking about the Invictus Racing League as a whole in general as well. But also not only we're on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe as well, guys. We also got the Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well, so make sure you like, subscribe and follow for all the updates there as well. But not only that, we also got a FIFA League as well, so make sure you contact Colin J and Aaron J Spence if you want to contact to join the FIFA League as well for Invictus. But also, not only we're on there as well, the main one of it all is the InvictusRacingLeague.com. If you like the racing and you enjoy watching it as well, why don't you apply to race here? And then hopefully we'll get you in for the start of the brand new season, subject to availability of the leagues as well. But yeah, we can't wait for it as well. So, for the final time, this is the 5th time we have raced at the Mexican Grand Prix, over 102 races at the Realistic Performance League. Tim, pressure question on you. Top 3 for the final time this season. Who is it going to be and why?
I think that Rimac is going to win his first Performance League race tonight because he's got a Red Bull. We know he's fast. He is the F3 champion, and he's currently going to be lining up in the 2nd position. Yas, I think, is going to be a close second behind him. Yas, he's always fast. You know, that's really a good, safe pick. And then for the 3rd position, I'm going to say that a guy like Tan Albanach could sneak away for that podium position, that final one.
Oh, that will be... Can you imagine the odds on that with those 3 predicted as well? Let's see if that could happen here. But safety cars could happen here with the new updates recently for the game here as well. Could happen here with the safety cars and the virtual safety cars. But for the final time, Tim, do the honours.
And in order it is, each and every time I get to call the start of these races, you see those drivers lined up on the grid. Their eyes are fixed on the lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 red lights. No red lights. It is green for the Invictus Racing League's Performance League for one final time this season. Carlsberry already out to an early lead, but Rimac is fighting hard on the inside of Carlsberry. They are side by side, wheel to wheel. We are already 2, maybe 3 wide going into turn 1. We are 3 wide going into turn 1 for the lead, and there's already some carnage messages. F1 Mr. P looks like he is out of this race. Yes, F1 Mr. P, he is out of this race. Meanwhile, the battle for the lead is still a three-car battle, and it is 3 wide between Rymack, Jos, and Carlsberry as they go into turn 3. Jos has the advantage right now. Rymack now pulling into the lead, followed by Jos, and then Carlsberry. O'Steven in fourth, and Ferocious in the 5th position. Already this is starting to be an intense race, and Carlsberry trying to maybe make a move on Jos, but thought better of it. He's just going to ride behind him. Now they're falling into a line as Jos, he's got to be careful here to make sure to not invalidate his lap. Of course, 1 lap doesn't matter, but 3 times, and you get a time penalty. We will see a lot of them here today as Rymack actually goes just a little bit wide as they approach the stadium section. Jos trying to get the slipstream, trying to make a move on the outside of Rymack, but not able to do it. However, he is still side by side, and will he clear him in this next corner? Yes, he does. Rymack now charging hard on the inside. Now the outside, and Jos is not even leaving him enough room. That was not enough room. Jos is like, no way, Rymack. I am taking this win for myself. Jos in the lead, but Rymack already battling hard on the outside, trying to pass Jos, and they are side by side, almost neck and neck, and Carlsberry sticking his nose into the mix as well. O'Steven in the Ferrari, he is also here. It is 4 cars fighting for the lead, 3 wide going into 1, and it is Jos, Carlsberry, Rymack, and O'Steven out of turn 2.
That was a brilliant, unbelievable stuff there. We had 3, 4 in the bench moments here. This is absolutely brilliant racing here. Absolutely manic stuff there. But Jos is holding on. He's holding on for first place here. But what a battle there between Jos, Carlsberry and Rymack there. That was absolutely brilliant battle here. I tell you what, if it's carried on from F1 League, with so many battles galore here, this is absolutely manic stuff here, and an absolutely fantastic racing here at the Realistic Performance League for the final time at the Mexican Grand Prix here. Oh my days, this is absolutely brilliant stuff here. Let's have a look down the grid here. So Luke Bailey's trying to close it on Ferocious down now for 6th place here. We might have a 3-car battle here. Come on! Come on! Oh my! Oh! Come on! The Gareth Sab is trying to make the move there on Luke Bailey here. Oh my days, oh my days, oh my days. Come on, come on, we want more. 2 to beds, 3 to beds, 4 to beds, please. That'll be risky for a biscuit there. But Luke Bailey could have a chance here on the slipstream here. The DRS is now active now. The DRS is now active now. But see some of the drivers to try and get the slipstream off each other here from the long straights here. But luckily from O'Steven's point of view, he's moved on to 4th here. He's closing in on Rymack. He's closing in on Rymack here for 3rd. Come on! Oh, come on! You can do it if you're being Kieran here. You've got to be absolutely unbelievable stuff here. Tim!
Yeah, currently riding on board of O'Steven, watching his battle with Rymack. Rymack and Sheepy, that lap time, they did get invalidated. So a bad lap time and a 3-second time penalty for both of those drivers. So apparently they just went a little bit too wide, and I think we're going to see a lot of that here in this race. And already Jos and Carlsberry starting to really pull away from Rymack. 1.9 seconds ahead now, and O'Steven now has even a little bit of a gap between the two. So Carlsberry chasing after Jos in that Alfa Romeo. It is Toro Rosso versus Alfa Romeo as they round the final corner to complete lap 3 here in just a moment, bypassing the pit entrance as they should. And Jos almost spun. I thought for a minute he was going to go into the pits, but Jos almost spun, got a little bit loose. Really good car control there from Jos as Carlsberry has set the fastest lap with a 1:19.492. And with DRS, he might be able to make a move on Jos as they head down to turn 1. He is going around the outside. Jos is trying to defend, but he will not be able to do it. Carlsberry around the outside of Jos, and he will clear him. Carlsberry moves up in the 1st position. Jos still holding on to 2nd and trying to ride right behind Carlsberry. Another DRS straight here. Will Jos be able to make a move on Carlsberry? I don't think he's close enough. No, he will not. He cannot get the slipstream. He cannot get the DRS. Just not able to get it done here. So Carlsberry going to hang on to that 1st place, at least for now.
Absolutely brilliant stuff there. But Rymack's got... I thought Rymack would have had a penalty there. Oh! TL4 has made the move there on O'Steven again. Oh, O'Steven! Oh, Ferocious down there having a proper ding-dong battle here. Absolutely brilliant stuff there. We might... Oh, my days. We've got a 5... Tim, we've got a 5-car battle here. We might have a 5-car. Oh my days! Ferocious went wide there. Luke Bailey has moved up to 6th place now. They've got to be careful there. They're going wide there through the S's section there. So just watch him throw stand, try and see if he can try and make the move there on Luke Bailey here. Meg Lupus says, has Rymac got damage? From looking at the front wing, I just saw he did not have any damage. He did not have any damage. So I'll just repeat that again. He did not have any damage at all. But, oh my days. Oh, come on! We want a forward to bed. Come on! We want this for the final time! Come on! Oh my days. Look at the slipstream. Look at this! Come on! Come on! Oh, the Ferrari, oh, Stephen, oh! He's got the inside! Oh, it's been contact there between... Oh my God, oh my days! Oh, come on! We might have 3! Oh, no, I don't know where the camera's... Yeah, no! Oh, I don't even know what to do anymore. This is here, there, and everywhere here. This is absolutely fantastic racing here. What a race! This is going to be another classic at the Realistic Performance League here. Oh, Tim!
We got 5 cars battling it out here for what looks to be the 4th position. Oh, Steven, TL44S, Luke Bailey, Ferocious Dan. And then just behind him is Sab in the Haas. So already we got 5 cars battling it out here. Ferocious Dan going a little bit wide. Lozak getting a 3-second time penalty. So very unfortunate. Heading to the stadium section. We got almost 3 wide, but just not quite. TL4S in 4th. Oh, Steven dropping down to the 6th position now, and Ferocious Dan gets into the back of Luke Bailey. So that upsets Luke Bailey's car just a little bit. Not sure if there's any wing damage on Ferocious Dan's car. In fact, I think there is. The left end plate on that car is definitely off. So Ferocious Dan going into the pits to fix that damage, and there is a safety car.
Safety car has kicked in. Now, so safety car has gone out. I think that was Tyrone Balanche's car there, who's had the unfortunate DNF now. So we will have the safety car at this point in time here. So this will be a perfect saving point here for some of the guys here who are having a proper ding-dong battle here. Charlie's here, there and everywhere. You're not supposed to be cheering them on. I know, but it's the excitement. You just never know what to expect back here, especially when you got like a 3 in a bed or a 4 in a bed situation here.
So, Malc, if you're Carlsberry, are you glad the safety car came out, or are you not? Because Jos really wasn't that far away from Carlsberry, and they had already had a lot of battling out to do, and oh my God, Jos a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings under the safety car.
He needs to be careful here, Jos, because he could be losing. This is the point here. Some of the drivers here, they've got to be careful here because the penalties will kick in at the end of the race here. And at the moment here, especially the S section, they've got to be careful here. If I was Carlsberg, I would have pitted. But he's not. He's not pitted, which I think that may cost him a bit because the softs can last about 14 laps though. Fresh. But obviously, probably about 11 laps. So either way, when the safety car comes in at like about lap 9, that may compromise a bit, especially when some of the drivers have gone into the pits already. And Jos as well, they've gone for that there as well. Do you think they should have gone to the pits here, Tim?
After about 7 laps on these soft tires, I would say definitely. You know, because we got Carlsberry and Jos up there both with the soft tires, and then the guys who started on mediums are actually starting to move up now. They were the ones that decided to stay out because Carlsberry, Jos, they went by, and then it was a line of 4, 5, maybe even 6 cars behind him that just came in just like ducks in a row, just a pit. So we got a lot of guys out there on fresh hards, but Carlsberry and Jos, those tires, I almost wonder how much life they expect to get out of them, because 6 laps on softs is, I mean, that is a decent distance. You know, I mean, I'd say that they got a few laps in them, but, you know, like you said, it's probably going to cost them because they're going to have to pit eventually.
They will have to pit, but bear in mind though, Tim, those are the tyres that they started on the qualifying lap on, but you always have to add an extra 3 laps on top of what you're seeing on the screen here as well. So technically they've got 9 laps of that soft tyre as well currently now, which could be 10 now. Again, this might compromise a lot here, but I think the guys should have pitted here. They should have pitted like when they had the opportunity here, because Rimac, TL4S, O'Stephen, Luke Bailey, Sab, they've all gambled on the tyre wear now. But the ones to watch out for now, it's like Nitrogas, Roy Boy, Spud. They've still gone out there with the tyre wears as well. But let me just give you a recap of the tyre wear again. The 14 laps of softs fresh. The mediums can last about 18 to 19 laps, and the hards can last about 23 to 24 laps on the 36 lap race. So if you're watching, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think, who do you think is going to win the race here? Do you think there'll be a shock, or do you think there'll be more safety cars during the race here tonight? We'll have to wait and see. So one of the bets that Tim said with Tom Balanche to be in the podium has completely gone off the betting slip here. So with the safety car coming in, I reckon there'll be another lap here. I think there'll be another lap. I'm guessing. It's normally 2 laps. It's normally 2 laps with the safety car. But they've got to try and warp here. But Carl Sperry, on his debut race for the Invictus Racing League, for the Realistic Performance League, he's done a cracker of a job here tonight. So far. But I do think it's costing him with the staying out of more on the soft tyres as well. Do you agree, Tim?
I really think that we're going to have to wait and see, because I have been wrong before. Definitely, as you know, we can see Ton Albanach there with a DNF when I predicted that Rimac, Yas, and Ton were going to be the podium finishers here. But with the safety car coming in, we're going to find out sooner rather than later. And Sheepy has a 5-second time penalty for a severe collision with Mike, so I don't know what happened there. But already before the safety car pulls in, we are already seeing carnage. So definitely keep your eyes peeled to the screen, folks, as we are about to go back green here in just a moment. Carlsberry trying to make sure that he has the heat in those tires, and now he is a go, and here we go. Carlsberry in first, and Yas is spun! Yas is spun into the pits! Oh my goodness! Yas, his luck cannot get any worse.
Oh, unbelievable stuff here. Absolutely unbelievable stuff here. But Spud has got a chance to try and make the move. He makes a move. No. Oh, the Red Bull, right back. Oh, look at him, proper ding dong here. Oh, come on. Oh, please be a 3 to bed. Please be a 3 to bed here. Will it be? Oh, yes. We've got a 3 to bed. Oh, will it be? Oh. Spud holds on. Spud's holding on here for dear life here. Oh my days. Will TL4S try and make the move around the outside? It's keeping. No.
Ryback trying to go through the middle, and oh my goodness, what kind of a move was that? That was just amazing. Ryback making the move in the 5th position, trying to go through the middle of the 2 cars. Did not quite get it accomplished, but he did pass 1 in TL4S. That was just amazing.
It was absolutely amazing stuff here. Lozak has left the session here. I think he's got some issues there with his communication with his car there now. And the Red Bull right back, go around the outside. Oh, what a move! What a move there around the outside there. But will Spud will have to try and bounce back here with a straight line speed here. Spud will be saying, no, this is like the battle of the F3. Oh, it's Spud. Go have a chance here for TL4S. He's going to try and get the slipstream of Red Bull. Oh, 3 to bed. We've got another 3 to bed. Oh, brilliant. This has been a brilliant restart of the safety car. This is absolutely... No, right back. We've got another 3 to bed. We've got another 3 to bed. Moment there. We nearly had the 3 to bed there. This is a brilliant race here. Tim.
Yeah, TL4S just trying to make his way through the field, trying to make a move on the outside of Sir Spud, but not able to get it done. Sir Spud on old hard tires, 9 laps on those hard tires. Rymac, meanwhile, 3 laps on those mediums, and TL4S 3 laps on the hards. So Sir Spud is just about to become a sitting duck here because everyone around him has fresher tires. Nonetheless, really good job of holding his own there and trying to hold on to the 5th position. Rymac just absolutely a man on a mission, trying to plow his way through the field. Have no idea how he's making some of the moves that he is, but he has definitely got his sights set on one thing and one thing only, and that is the podium, if not the win, as Rymac approaches Roy Boy in the Williams. Red Bull versus Williams here as they go down the front straight away, and it looks as though Rymac is probably going to have an advantage on Roy Boy. 10 laps on his tires versus 4 laps on Rymac's, and Rymac is going to go around the outside, but will it be a pass with ease, or is Roy Boy going to put up a fight? Rymac gets by on the outside, and it looks like it's going to be an easy pass with Roy Boy just kind of riding back and letting Rymac by. He knows that his tires are a little bit older, and he can't put the fight to him just yet.
No, but... No, sorry, carry on, Tim.
Is it raining? Malc, is it raining?
Yes, it
I'm
is.
Not trying to.
It is raining. Oh, Nitro Gas has spun. Nitro Gas has spun. Oh, no. It's raining. It's raining at Mexico. Oh, my days. This is going to be quite interesting stuff here, Tim. Oh, what's happening there with T Apple for Essence has spun? Oh, brilliant move. Brilliant. But T Apple brilliant. Absolutely brilliant racing here. Tim!
Yeah, this is absolutely amazing racing, and in the rain, how they are able to hang on to this, I have absolutely no idea. Already, I would probably be off the track, and we've seen even Nitro Gas spinning a little bit before, so there have been some issues already with these drivers in the rain, but so far they are hanging on. But how many drivers are going to pit now, and how many are staying out? That is the main question as they round the final corner. And it does not look like there are any takers for pit road, at least not yet, and that actually surprised me. There is one. Sheepy has hit pit road, so undoubtedly probably going for the intermediate tires. So Sheepy, the first one to hit pit road after a little drizzle here in Mexico.
Yeah, absolutely manic stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely manic racing here as well, with the rain as well. I don't think it's enough for intermediate tyres just yet. It's definitely not intermediate tyres just yet, but with so many battles going on galore left, right, centre here, you just never know what to expect back here. But yeah, just absolutely manic stuff here. This has been a brilliant race here. Rymac's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. He's closing in on Carlsberg. He's trying to close in on that soft tyres there. Megs says hard to call them all. We had safety car similar time yesterday. Really depends how fast Carlsberg and Yost can be on the one stop. This was when it happened.
Rymac's making a move on Carlsberg going into the stadium section. Rymac goes just a little bit wide, but he hangs on to it. Carlsberg in second place now, trying to fight back to get by Rymac, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it. Not this time. Rymac in the lead, Carlsberg in second. Will any of them hit pit road? No, not this time. Both of them staying out. Rymac in first, Carlsberg still in second. Roy Boy 2.1 seconds back in third.
They need to catch up here as quickly as possible. But what can Nitro Gas try and close in now on Roy Boy now, who's had a brilliant race so far. But the two side by side, Nitro Gas moves up to third place here with the Merc car into the podium here at the moment here. So Spud, ferocious standard side by side. Come on! Oh my days, we might have the Red Bull Luke Bailey just. Can he make two moves? Can he make two moves? He's going to try and close it on Ferocious down here for 7th place here. Oh no! No! They don't do it. So Ferocious down, Luke Barry, Spud and Simon is coming into play now, as well as Sam now. Sheepy's gambled on the intermediate tyres, which I don't think it's ready. I do not think it's ready. I don't think it's ready for the intermediate tyres. That's my prediction. But do you agree with that, Tim, or do you think they should have gone in now?
I think that they should have gone in now. I think Sheepy had the right idea, pitting very early. You know, maybe it was a lap too early, but really I think that they need to be coming in very, very soon because the rain is starting to pick up and the conditions on track are just going to get worse. I understand they don't want to give up that track position, and really nobody wants to be the first one to bite, you know, and go into the pits and get those tires because you're going to lose so much track position. And if the rain is just a small little pop-up shower and then it disappears very soon, then they're going to be at a disadvantage because they're out on intermediate tires when everyone else is on mediums and softs or hards. So I understand why these guys are staying out, but I really think that they're going to have to start thinking about pitting sooner rather than later.
Yeah, because they need to think about it. The hard tyres will be all right at the moment here. The mediums a bit 50-50 at the moment here, but the softs, especially from Carlsberg's point of view here, will not be enough. But fair play to him for 13 laps on the softs, like 16 laps when you think about it for Carlsberg. That's amazing stuff here, absolutely amazing stuff. But if you like what you see, oh, Luke's car is gone. It's gone. It's dropped out. He's out of, he's still near there, sorry, he's just out of the track there, but like I said, Luke Bailey, he must have lost the back end there. But if you like what you see so far, guys, please make sure you like, subscribe to the Invictus Racing League channel for all the live races here as well. The guys in the comments, they're just worried about me with the other excitement stuff, but that's just how I am. It's just how I am with that one. Nigel Gash, is he going to the pits? No, he's going out. Carlsberg's going to the pits now. So do you reckon Carlsberg will go for the intermediates now, Tim? Or do you think he'll go out for like the mediums here? Because we've not heard anything from the weather crew at all.
I really don't know, because Sheepy actually just exited the pits and he was on intermittents, but now he went for the hard tires, and now Carlsberg has went from softs to intermittent tires. So really, there's a lot of different strategies happening here. I think that Sheepy might have thought that he pit too early, and so he decided to go for the hard tires. And he's just at such a disadvantage, really. What's going on, Mount?
A deal for Racing Roy Boy is having a proper ding-dong bow for third place here. Oh no, no, TL4 Fresh don't make the move! Oh, come on! Oh, he's made the move! But who's that? Who's gone off track there?
I thought it was Roy Boy, but it is not. Roy Boy is still on track. I cannot find who was off the track. Oh, it is Sheepy. That actually is Sheepy who was off the track. He just came out, and he hasn't even completed a lap on his hard tires, and he is already off the track.
He's already off the track there, but hopefully he'll try and bounce back here as quickly as possible here. But I think he pitted for the intermediates a little bit too early here, because now I think the next few laps, this is where the crucial point is. Depends on how quick Carlsberg is. He's at the moment, he's 3/10 slower than his current time here. Just waiting for TL4 for us holding on for third place here, because Roy Boy could have a chance here. But at the moment here, Frostad charging on O'Stephen here. We've not seen or anything about the DRS to be disabled here or anything like that at all. Sheepy has retired from the session here. So Sheepy's retired, so yellow flags in sector 3. Sab and Spud having a proper, come on! Oh no, Sab's holding on. What a move there from Sab there, holding on there for 8th place here. Tim.
Yeah, meanwhile we have a 4-car battle for what looks to be the 3rd position actually shaping up now. TL4 Perez leading this pack, followed by Roy Boy, O'Stephen, and Ferocious Dan. That is the battle for 3rd right now, as Ferocious Dan is trying to close in on O'Stephen, but really not able to make much of a gain at the moment because of this rain. So each of these drivers are more or less within less than a second of each other. But as they enter the stadium section, there's really just not a lot of opportunity for moves to be made at the moment. But Ferocious Dan gaining a little bit there on O'Stephen as they are approaching the final corner for this lap. But will anybody be pitting this time? No, nobody is pitting. They're all staying out. So it will continue to run as they were. TL4 for S in 3rd, Roy Boy in 4th, O'Stephen in 5th, and Ferocious Dan in the 6th position. And then Zyman now trying to join this battle. So it's almost a 5-car battle for 3rd. Zyman and the McLaren trying to approach Ferocious Dan. Ferocious Dan maybe making a move on the inside of O'Stephen, but not able to get it done. A little bit of contact there between O'Stephen and Ferocious Dan, but I don't think there's any damage. O'Stephen doing a good job defending that 5th place position. But Ferocious Dan has the DRS and it is activated as they approach turn 3, but just not enough time to do it. Ferocious Dan going on the outside and almost overshooting the corner, and that allows Zyman to get underneath Ferocious Dan. So Ferocious Dan in 7th, Zyman in 6th now.
Brilliant stuff there from Simon there. Absolutely fantastic stuff there. We're not even hitting the halfway marker here. This is absolutely fantastic stuff here. Looking at it from Carlsberg's times point of view here, he went from 14 seconds to 19 seconds. So what we know now is it's still not time for intermediates at all. Even though it's raining cats and dogs here, but I tell you what, this is still a brilliant race. Whatever happens here tonight on the finale race at the Invictus Racing League, the Realist Performance League, at the glorious, not so glorious race at the Mexican Grand Prix. Sheepy says went a bit early on the inters. Roy Boy is going to the bits now. Will he gamble on the intermediates now? I think it's still too early. I think it's just enough for the mediums and the hards to hold on here. But they may see more. Roy Boy's going for the medium tyres again. So, will that cost him as well? But we have to really see what happens here. Luke Bailey makes the move on Sab! Oh, will Sab hold on? Will Sab hold on here? But Sab! Come on! Come on! We might have a two in a bed here. We've got a two in a bed situation here. Might have a three if Suspect can try and push out. The guy's up side here! Luke! No, Sab! Oh, brilliant move there! Just by the skin of his teeth there. But Suspect. Oh, no. Don't you dare do this to me, Suspect. Don't you dare do this to me. Oh, my days. Unbelievable stuff here. Tim.
Unbelievable indeed, and Luke Bailey just kind of overshooting turn 3 there, and that was the same thing that Ferocious Dan did. Looked like Luke Bailey had to just really get on the brakes hard to avoid overshooting that corner, but now it looks like he's actually making another charge to Sab as they approach the stadium section. So what's going to happen is Sab is in 7th, Luke Bailey in 8th, Sab going just a little bit wide there, but Luke Bailey taking a nice line through the corner, a conservative line through the corner, so being very cautious here. And rounding the final corner now, will any of these drivers pit? They should be within the window here soon. Actually, with Sir Spud on 17-lap tires, he's probably the only one that should be thinking about pitting right now. Sab and Luke Bailey have a few more laps to go, so they're actually fortunate. They can really use this weather and see what's going to happen, but Luke Bailey trying to go on the outside of Sab. Will he be able to clear him? No, he will not as they go into turn 1, side by side, wheel to wheel.
Oh!
Sab will hold on to the 7th position with Luke Bailey having no choice but to try to fight back hard yet again, and they are approaching a slow car of what looks to be nitro gas. So got to be very careful here. That's going to bottle things up as they go into 3. So Luke Bailey with the DRS, but being very careful through this corner, having to go on the outside of nitro gas due to the slow car there, and that is actually going to hold up Sir Spud as well. So Sir Spud not going to be able to get a run to Luke Bailey, so that gives him just a little bit of breathing room out back as he fights towards Sab.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there with Nigel Gash there, but he must have made a massive mistake there. He's lost his front wing. Same with Ferocious Dan had a bit of a front wing damage there earlier on, which I forgot to mention there as well. But Nigel Gash will have to be careful here because he has got a bit of front wing damage here, so he'll try and get back here as well. But yeah, flags.
Luke Bailey going on the outside, entering the stadium section. Will not do it. He goes
Sab!
wide. Will not make it.
Sab, you beauty, makes the move into 6th place there. Glad I caught that there, but oh my days. Look at the straights here with Stephen, Simon, Ferocious Dan. Don't you dare do this to me. Oh, we might have a 3 in a bed. Please be a 3 in a bed. We've got 3 in a bed again. Brilliant! Oh, Ferocious Dan makes the move! Oh, come on! No! Bit of contact there between the drivers here. But will there be another 3 in the bed? Oh, come on! Please! Oh, they're going to try and make the 3 in the bed! Oh, no! Ferocious Dan makes the move here. Oh, my days, Ferocious Dan. What a move there. Brilliant driving, brilliant racing here. I don't even know what to say anymore. Nitro Gas is going to the intermediates now. Same with Sir Spud now. So they've gambled on the intermediate tyres here. I'm still debating here because some of the drivers here they're still going for the. I'm just looking at Nitro Gas and Sir Spud's times here. I'm just looking at it from that point of view. I think it's still hard tyres, medium tyres still with the wet tyres as well. But this has been a brilliant time. Rymac is going to the pits now. Will he go for the intermediates or will he go for another set of probably another drive? Oh, he's going for the intermediates now. Ferocious Dan is going to the pits now. Where's TL Professor going to the pits? Stephen's gone out. Will that cost it? Will that cost Stephen the win here tonight here, Tim?
I don't know. We're going to have to see. I mean, I highly doubt that he's going to be able to, make those hard tires last until the end of the race, but he might actually get some good track position here. So, say it starts to rain really, really hard soon, he might actually be in pretty good shape because some of the guys behind him are going to have to pit. However, we do see a lot of green on that leaderboard. So, Rymac, TL4S, Ferocious Dan, Simon, Sab, Sir Spud, and Nitro Gash, all of them taking the intermediate tires. So it's really just a gamble no matter what you do. I don't think there is a correct decision, Malc.
No, I don't know anymore. I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore. Oh, TL4 for makes the move on. Roy Boy. I think, looking at that move against Roy Boy there, TL4 for it looks like it is now intermediate tyres now. It looks like it is now intermediate tyres, but it all depends if they can try and hold on for dear life here. But
yeah, no, Stephen, he went really wide entering the stadium section. I think that he's maybe thinking of intermediate tires as well. It looks like he is really struggling to hang on to that Ferrari, and we're going to see what he does here in just a moment. What an absolute mad lad. He stays out for at least another lap.
He's doing another lap here. But Luke Bailey's going to the pits now, which I'm guessing would be for the intermediate tyres. Same with Jos now, would be for the intermediate tyres here. But absolutely manic stuff here. But fair play to Steve, who's still holding on. Those hard tyres can last about 29 laps fresh, but with 15, 15 laps left of there. He might do it actually if he can try and hold on, but he might have the on charge of Ryan Mack and TL4 for S if he doesn't watch out here as well.
I'm watching O. Stevens on board at the moment, and he is absolutely struggling in the cockpit of that car. I mean, he has just got a big handful on it.
Yeah, it makes Slicks now too slippy. He says, come on, Stephen, go on, mate, keep it on the track. So at the moment here, 1.6 now, the gap here between O. Stephen and Ryan Mack here. So Nitric has got 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings now. So this has been an absolutely mad race here. So now it is definitely... Oh, Stephen's gone wide! His tyres has gone there. Because of the wets are getting even worse here. So Ryan Mack is right on the tail here of O. Stephen here for the lead here. Will Stephen... Oh my days. Will O. Stephen go out for another... I was going to say, if he went out for another lap here, he would have been an absolute madman there. Jos is trying to close in on Sir Spud here for 8th place here. Sir Spud struggling, but Jos, I thought Jos was going to try and make the inside there. Absolutely madness stuff here, Tim.
Now, what happened to Jos to put him all the way back into 9th position? Because I was literally just thinking that when you said it, and I just don't remember what happened to him. You know, because he started second, and he led briefly, you know, along with Carlsberry, and then Carlsberry pitted, and I just don't remember what knocked Jos to be so far back, because he actually makes a move now on Sir Spud going into turn 1. So Jos trying to make it on Sir Spud, but they are still side by side, and Sir Spud definitely not giving up that position easily, defending on the inside. Now the outside as they approach turn 3, but Jos will have the advantage, and Sir Spud has no DRS to assist him because it is pouring now. But nonetheless, Sir Spud is going to try to make a move on the inside of Jos yet again. But will he be able to make it? There's maybe a little bit of contact, just a very small bump as Sir Spud's finding really hard to get traction in these corners.
Did they still go side by side? Oh, I thought they were going to carry on side by side here for like a couple of laps here. I hope they would have done that. That would have been an epic lap there. But as you were mentioning about Jos there, I think, if I remember right, he had to drop himself right down. He had a bit of a mistake earlier on in the laps, earlier in the race here, if you remembered. His luck was just completely gone now. But he drove from the hard tyres all the way up to top the 4th place. Now he's in 7th place now, so he's trying everything he can here as well. If you like what you see so far, guys, please make sure you like, subscribe to the Invictus Racing League channel for all the live races here as well. I think that might be Nigel Gash. We had the yellow flags there on sector 2 now, so that might be trying to... Let's see what O. Stephen can do. Can O. Stephen try and get as quickly as possible here? Simon's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings now. Well, oh my days, no, don't you dare do this, don't you dare! Oh, Stephen makes the move into... No, but Sir Spud holds on! He holds on for 8th place here. This is absolutely brilliant racing here. Fantastic! Oh, Stephen! Come on! Oh, Stephen makes the move! Don't you dare do this to me, Spud. Don't you dare do this to me. I thought he was going to try and make another move there. It's like another bonsai move there. But no, he hasn't done it yet. But he's tried everything possible here for the 8th and 9th place battle here. But we're on lap 24.36 of the Invictus Racing League, the Realistic Performance League for round 12, the final race of this season here. Plenty of stake here tonight, especially with the drivers. And well, the drivers' championship has been sorted, but there's been still a couple of positions need to be sorted to finish off, as well as the constructors. At the moment here, it's guaranteed, well, it's definitely guaranteed now that TL44S Sab will win the constructors regardless whatever happens here tonight here, because Mike had the DNF earlier on in the race itself. But fair play to TL44S, TL44 Sab there, the team of TL44S and Sab there as well. Some fantastic stuff there from those two guys who have won the constructors regardless whatever happens here tonight. So they're doing a brilliant job here. But the gap's getting a little bit bigger here, guys. The gap's a little bit bigger because do you think there'll be another safety car during this race here tonight, Tim?
Honestly, I do not see it happening, simply because with it raining, it really caused the field to get spaced out. In fact, there's not even really one battle happening on the track now. Even if DRS were active, there is no one that would be within that range. And, you know, that's just because we saw a lot of drivers, you know, with a lot of different strategies going into this race. And then the rain comes, and that just opens the door for more crazy strategies. So the race has just gotten so spread out at the moment that I don't see how there's going to be a safety car unless just an absolute freak accident were to happen. Yeah,
it was just absolute freak accident here. But I would watch out for Jos here, Tim, because he's getting close to Sab here for 6th place here. So we might have a proper ding-dong battle here. One of the Williams cars, that might be Lozak, who's yeah, his car is out.
Yeah, and you're right. In the stadium section, Jos is approaching Seb very quickly. I'm actually impressed on how fast he was able to catch that Haas. So I'm not sure what's going on in the cockpit of Sab's car. He doesn't look like he's really struggling all that much, but Jos is definitely coming and definitely has the speed.
Hey, just watching it from his point of view here on the cockpit camera view here. Let's see if we can try and close in on Sab now for 6th place here. Oh, the rain is absolutely kicking in now. Sab's holding on, he's struggling with the corners there, but Jos is really up for it here. He really is up for it here. But do you think it's going to be full wets instead of intermediates come at the end of near the end of the race here, or do you think it will still be intermediates at this point in time here, Tim?
I don't know. I think it might be a bit of a risky move to pit for the wet tires instead of the intermediates, you know, because a lot of drivers we saw, you know, not wanting to pit for the intermediates because they didn't want to give up that track position, and it reached a point to where there was no choice and they had to. And Steven being the big loser on that because he stayed out for an extra lap, maybe thinking that the rain would hold off just long enough, but unfortunately for him that was not the case. So I think that at this point it's probably best to try to stay out on the intermediates as long as you can and try to hold on to your track position. But it is definitely picking up. So full wets could be a possibility, but with less than 10 laps remaining, it's really, really hard to say.
It's going to be tough here, but I thought that the way the wets are kicking in, especially on some of the corners here, it looked like it was going to be full-on wets, but some of the drivers are closing in now. Sab will be a sitting duck here against Jos here for 6th place here. Can he try and make the move here, or will he struggle? He cannot get to 6th place here. And he's trying everything possible here. Jos is trying everything possible after that mistake earlier on in the race here. And he's trying everything he can to get himself back up into the positions here as well. But can Jos try and make the move on Sab? No, he does not do it again. But he's got to be careful there because Steve is right on the tail here. We might have oh my, please be another 3 to bed. There have been so many 3 to beds. It's absolutely manic race. Manic race here tonight. Let me just have a look at the position changes. Simon is the biggest mover with 14 positions here. So from 17th place all the way to 3rd place. That is an immense biggest mover of the race here. The second ones are TL4S, Spud and Nigel Gash with 5 positions each as well. But what a drive there from Simon. We haven't mentioned about him, did we, Tim?
About what?
Simon.
No. No, we didn't. I mean, but he is... excuse me, Mount. My throat didn't want to throat today.
It's all right, don't worry. I was going to say, we haven't mentioned about Simon here during his race here tonight. He's done a brilliant job here for 3rd place at the moment here. We haven't mentioned about him at all, and he's done a brilliant race, hasn't he, Tim?
Oh yeah, definitely a brilliant race. You know, running in 3rd right now. He might have a few time penalties under his belt though, but you know, a lot of drivers do. So that's also going to be very interesting when that comes into play here in a few laps.
Yeah. Sorry, Tim. Oh, Sab's gone wide. Oh my days, a little bit of contact there. They're going side by side here. But will Sab hold on? Sab's holding on. The wheel banging's galore here. This is absolutely manic stuff here. Sab's holding on for dear life here, but will Jos try and make the move on the inside here? He was trying, fair play to the drivers here. They gave enough space here, especially at the awkwardest corners here. Fair play to those drivers here. Carlsberg moves up to 11th place. Nojgas drops down to 12th place here. But this is a brilliant 3-car battle here. We're on lap 29 and 36 of the Invictus Racing League, the Realistic Performance League as well. What do you think's happening, guys? Do you think Rymac will hold on, or do you think TL4S will close in? Because it looks like 1.3 seconds of a gap now between Rymac and TL4S here, Tim.
Yeah, and it's really starting to shape up to be a battle that's going to stretch out to the end. TL4S just trying to get close to Rymac, just about a second separating these drivers. And Rymac putting a little bit of distance on TL4S now, but more or less they're both running at about the same speed. Rymac, though, knows he has to defend. TL4S gaining a lot that time. So they're approaching the stadium section here momentarily. So we're going to see what happens there. Hopefully none of them will run wide. Rymac, of course, you know he's got to be looking behind. You know he's got to be aware that TL4S is there. And he's probably thinking, okay, how am I going to defend when he gets close enough to make a move? Because we're not going to see a move here. TL4S, he's too far away, and he actually locked up the tires big time going into that corner. So already he is having issues here with these wet conditions, even on intermediate tires. But Rymac, you know he's got to be thinking about how to defend, while TL4S, meanwhile, is trying to plan his move if he can get close enough. That lockup seemed to cost him a lot. TL4S really struggled through the stadium section, so the gap is now back to just over a second, but it looks like TL4S has a little bit more straight line speed than Rymac does, and so he's really able to close that gap on the long stretches. Absolutely,
but still, while that's going on, I'm going to go back to 6th place here, because there was a bit of a swap between Sab and Jos, which we've now brought a four-car battle. It might be a 5 here, depending on what happens here so far. We might down the straight here at the... Oh, Sab's going to the pits now. Sab's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane here, but Steven goes side by side here with Jos trying to make the move, but Jos will try and get bounced back here with the slipstream here, and it doesn't do that. It doesn't. Oh, I tell you what, Jos right on the rim of the wheel there of O'Steven's car there. That could have been a nasty collision there, but I tell you what, Jos, fair play to him. He's pushing that car, that Alfa Romeo car, to the limits here. Boy, absolutely manic stuff here. Oh my days, who's that? That's Spud. Spud has just had a little bit of a spun there, which has now brought Roy Boy back into play here against 8th place here. Sab's got another 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings now. So at the moment here, Sab has got 8 seconds with penalties here, at least. Anyway, so at the moment here, Rymac in first, TL4S is in second, Simon is in third, Frostan is in fourth, Luke Bailey is in fifth, O'Stevens in sixth, Jos is in seventh, so Spud is in eighth, Roy Boy is in ninth, who's banning out live and exclusive for you guys. Carlsberry is in 10th place, Nigel Gash is in 11th, Sab is in 12th, And Lozak, I think he's out of the race here. Nigel is out. He's retired from the session. He is out of the race here. Will there be a safety car? Safety car! I predicted, will there be another safety car, Tim? You said, oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We have now brought the safety car now. This is going to be interesting now for the last 6 laps here. This is quite interesting stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. Carlsberg will now pit for the intermediates. Sabs perfectly went in for the intermediate tyres now. So he should get ahead of Carlsberg here. He should get ahead anyway. Yeah, he should go ahead as well. For the guys who are on 10 laps on the intermediates now, would you recommend they go for the pits now, or do you reckon they'll keep going here?
It's so close to the end. I think that the guys up front, you're going to see them stay out. Rimac and TL4S and Zyman, they're definitely going to stay out. For a little bit further back, I don't know. Maybe some of them are going to gamble. It really just depends on how far back that first driver is that decides to pit.
So TL4S has stayed out. Rimac's in. Rimac is in the pits here. But will Simon join in? So TL4S is gambled to stay on the intermediates. Good evening to Daz. How you doing, mate? You right? It's just gotta love a wet race. I'll tell you what, we're absolutely loving it here. If you just joined us, ladies and gentlemen, where the hell have you been? It's been a cracker of a race here. It's been an absolute classic race here. The Invictus Racing League, the Realistic Performance League. Absolutely manic stuff here. I'm just trying to see if O'Steven and Yoss, they're still out. They're still out here. They'll go out for more. But Simon will hold on for third here. Right. What would you do in TL4S' situation here against Rimac, who's on the fresher intermediates here, Tim? Would you try and defend for all your might here? Or we'll have to wait and see what happens here during the slipstream battles here at the long straights. Do you agree, Tim?
What I would be doing if I was in TL4S' shoes is praying to the racing gods that things go my way. Because with 11 laps on those intermediate tires, I mean, okay, yeah, that's really not that long. But Rimac and Zyman have fresh tires behind him, and Rimac only lost the 1 position when he pitted, and Zyman didn't lose any. So you got 2 guys behind you with fresh tires, brand new tires, absolutely ready to pounce to win this race. TL4S is a sitting duck, and he is going to have to pull off the best defensive maneuver that he's ever done to win this race, I believe.
He's done enough to get past, I think, because of the fresher tyres, but will TL4S made the massive mistake here of not pitting at the same time as Rimac, or do you think do you have to wait and see what happens here with that point in time here? But Rimac would be the favourite here to win the race here, but with TL4S' experience here, and he's done a brilliant season, regardless whatever happens here. He has done a brilliant season here, and he'll guarantee to finish 2nd place here, ahead of Frostan, who's in 7th place here in the driver standings. Let me have a look at the driver standings again, and I'll give you a bit of a live update here. So Mr. Skycy, who's not raced for the first time in 4 seasons here, he will stay with 87 points. If TL4S wins the race here, he'll have 79 points, if it stays like this, obviously. If Frostan gets 7th place, he'll have 4 points. So he'll have 67 points. Sab is in 2 points, so he'll have 57. So 57 points. Luke Bailey will have 51 points. Oh, Luke Bailey's got 10 seconds.
Yeah, we saw it at the same time, Malc, a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. And we have just seen that so much here today that it's so hard to keep track.
It's absolutely manic stuff here. I think the safety car will come in this lap. I think it's normally now. Oh, no. We've still got 1 more lap here. Normally, when I predicted 2 laps of the safety cars, it came in after the 2nd time itself, but I think because some of the cars are not all intact here to join in, this will be a brilliant finale. This has been a brilliant finale regardless here, guys. If you liked it, please make sure you like, subscribe to the Invictus Racing League channel for all the live races here. If you enjoyed the racing here, this has been a brilliant race regardless. I don't like driving in the wets, and I could feel the pain for some of the drivers here who don't like driving in the wets here, but fair play, because they are producing one of the classic races as always, the Invictus Racing League, the Realistic Performance League. Luke Bailey's gone for the wet tyres here. He's gone for the full wets. Is he mad? Or is he a genius? We'll have to find out sooner rather than later here, Tim.
At this point, I just believe that you might as well gamble. I mean, Luke Bailey, he's done it a championship battle this season, with it being the last race of the season and the championship already being locked up. He wasn't exactly, in the position that Rimac and Simon are, right there at the leader on fresh tires. So that gamble, whether or not it pays off, I think it was a smart gamble, because if it does pay off and, he jumps up 5 positions from where he is now, then we're going to be looking at him and we're going to think, wow, he really is a genius. So I just really think it was a point that he had absolutely nothing to lose.
I was going to say, will he be the ace of the pack or will he be the joker at that point in time here? But at the moment he's gambled on the wets. I don't blame him on that one. But let's see where TL4S is at that point in time here. He's coming up through the SS sections now. So I'm guessing the safety car. Safety car is in this lap. So Tim, I'll let you carry on.
That's what I want to see. That is exactly what I want to see. We're going to have a 2-lap shootout, and it is going to be amazing. Quite a few years ago in NASCAR, they would call them a green-white checkered. The green flag flies, then the white flag flies, and then the checkered flag flies. And that's what we're going to see here tonight, here in just a few moments' time. TL4S and Rimac, Zyman, your top 3. All the drivers, the whole field, just creeping so very slowly, waiting on TL4S's mark. And here they go. It is green, green, green for the last 2 laps of the Invictus Racing League's Realist Performance League Mexican Grand Prix. So far, no carnies at the back. Rimac running at Zyman in third. TL4S holding on to the lead, but Rimac is going to try to make a move on TL4S as he uses that slipstream as they head down into turn 1. Rimac going to try to go on the outside, but is he going to be able to make the move? Side by side, wheel to wheel, maybe a little bit of contact. TL4S now in second, Rimac in first, but TL4S is back on the offensive. 14 laps on those tires, 3 laps on Rimac's tires. TL4S at a disadvantage when it comes to tire wear, but that's not going to stop him. He's going to try to go on the outside of Rimac. Rimac moves out just a little bit to defend. There was a little bit of contact there. Rimac holds on to first, but TL4S is not giving up. He's sticking his nose in this battle, and he is keeping it there.
Oh no!
Rimac, though, starting to pull away.
Spud has spun. So Spud has spun at the background there. So at this moment in time here, Spud will try and push back on to the race itself here. But watching this battle here for the 2 laps here. Oh my days, this is absolutely brilliant racing here. TL4S will be a sitting duck here, because you have to be careful with Simon here for 3rd place here, because this is going to be, well, TL4S has got a 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits now. He's got a 5-second penalty there, but Sab could be closing on Ferocious Dan here for 6th place here. Well, let me have a look at Ferocious Dan's car there. Is he lost me his front wing? He has, he's lost me his front wing on the right side, that's why he's slowed down a little bit here, but we're on the final lap here, the final lap of this race here. But can we have the last 3 to bed here? Can we have the last 3 to bed moment here? Will we see Sab and Carlsberry try and make the moves? Or will it be down the other Dero straights here? Oh, come on! Come on! We want more! We want more of this. Absolutely fantastic racing here. But Carlsberry will have to close in here. Might as well. But this is a chance now of a lifetime here. Ferocious Dan will hold it on for 6th place here. Sab will be... Oh my days, Carlsberry just nearly went to the back of Sab's car there. But Carlsberry is trying to push that car. He's going to try to go on the inside. Has he got it? Has he got it? Oh, they're going to stop beside here. Oh my days, don't you dare do this, don't you dare do this. Oh, Stevie's got 3 seconds off, multiple warnings. Oh, Carlsberry. They're going side by side here. They're really going for side by side here. all the S's parts here as well. Rymac's coming up to the stadium section now, so we're going to try and go to him in a moment. But Simon could have a chance here on TL4 for S here. Yellow flag sector 2. Yellow flag sector 2. That might be some spud there, but can we have to say congratulations to Rymac, who's just won on his debut race to win the Mexican Grand Prix for the Realistic Performance League. Brilliant! Oh, Simon! Simon has won it. Simon has won from the back of the grid. He has. It's from the back of the grid here. Absolutely brilliant stuff there from Simon. On the final race, Simon, which we haven't mentioned about during the race here, he has won from the back of the grid all the way to first after penalties here. Froststein finishes in second place. Rymac will finish in third place here. Absolutely brilliant stuff there. Daz says, just like to say, it's been a great season. Congrats to all the drivers. It's been thrilling watching you guys race, and thanks to Malc and Tim for great commentary. Thank you very much for that, Daz. Absolute legend you are. Thank you very much. Well done to Simon to win the Realistic Performance League. So, as in the race out Mexico Grand Prix here. So well done that. Froststein finishes in second place here, and I think Rymac will finish in third place here after penalties. So we'll get that confirmation in a moment or two. But with Froststein finishing in second place here, he will guarantee to finish second in the Drivers' Championship standings here. But we'll get that confirmation in a moment or two here. This is the race classification for the Mexican Grand Prix for the Invictus Racing League, the Realistic Performance League. Simon from the back of the grid here, finishing in first. Froststein in second. Rymac in third. Carlsberg in fourth. O'Stephen fifth. Roy Boy sixth. Yoss in seventh. TL4 8th. Sab 9th. Luke Bailey 10th. Suspud 11th. Longsack 12th. Notchgas 13th. Sheepy, Mike, Ton and Mr. P have all had the DNFs earlier on in the race itself. Baz Cab says, good race, see you next season. I'll see you next season, mate. Thank you for that, for joining us tonight. Absolute legend you are. Simon says, wow, last to first. Thanks for this season. Need to run out with the dogs, so can't join the interview. Okay, no worries, Simon. But congratulations on your win tonight. So we'll invite. I think Froststein has not got his mic with him, so we'll try and invite Rymac into play here. So we'll get Rymac in here and we'll talk to him briefly. I know Froststein has not got his mic with him, so we probably won't invite him in. So we're just going to get Tim to invite Rymac in on his podium finish and hear his thoughts here. But if you like what you've seen so far and you'd like to join in, why don't you come to InvictusRacingLeague.com to join in and apply to race as well for next season here as well. So we'll just try and get Rymac in from Tim's point of view, and then we'll get that in a moment too. But,
currently looking for him, however, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to invite him.
Okay, so if you bear with us a sec, guys, I'll just invite Rymac into play here. You can do it through the profiler, like the driver profile, if you can't get him on there. I've sent him an invite on there, so you just accept there. We're just gonna get Rymac in. I know Froststein has not got his mic with him, so I'm guessing he can't join in. But we'll try to do the interviews as short and sweet for the guys here. So, Rymac, if you just join us, please make sure you allow voice to be shared. It's set to always allow. If you're not sure how to do it, go to the party settings, and there's an option for allow voice to be shared. Make sure it's set to always allow. So we'll get Rymac to join in. He'll be the only one to join us tonight, as Simon can't do it, and Froststein has not got his mic with him. So Rymac will be the only interviewee in the podium here tonight. Rymac,
yep.
Are you all set, ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be talking to Rymac on his fantastic debut on the podium here, and talk about his thoughts of the race tonight and what his expectations for next season if he does return for the Realistic Performance League in the near future. Rymac, how you doing, mate? You alright?
I'm good, Malc. Nice to hear from you.
Yes, it's a different league,
Yeah.
shall we say. Tell us about your thoughts on your debut race tonight.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Completely different from the equal performance, but no, I enjoyed it. I think I got strategy well. Just some silly penalties let me down in the end, but it's a trend, isn't it, Malc? Crossing the line in first and then just dropping down the pack with me.
Yeah, I've seen it all before with the F3 league, and Tim's seen it a few times before he left in the F3 with the commentary stuff as well. But I said it in the stream that you crossed over the line to win your first ever race on your debut race, and then all of a sudden Simon won it from right at the back of the grid, from last to first. It hasn't been done for a very long time as well, so that's fair play to Simon there as well. But with the strategies tonight and the penalties, did you feel like with the penalties, obviously it damaged your win tonight, but were they bad penalties, or were they just, you know what I mean, like caught the penalties?
They were all warranted. It's multiple warnings just for slight corner cuts or overrunning slightly. Surprised I didn't pick up any more, if I'm being honest. So even after the safety car restart, I think if it didn't come, I maybe would have got second, but TL4 was far too close. Then I think during the safety car he actually got a penalty for running wide. So safety car restart, I'm surprised that I still finished on the podium.
Fair dues. And considering this is your first ever race, that is still a brilliant debut race at the podium here tonight. Did you expect to get a podium tonight, or did you expect to see what happens during the race?
No, not at all. I mean, I think the one lap pace was quite good for quali, and in the Red Bull I was only going to manage maybe another tenth or two in that, so pretty happy with the qualifying performance. But the actual race itself, no, I really enjoyed it, but I didn't think that I would have been within the top 5 anyway.
Oh, okay, fair enough. It's great. It's a great debut start anyway, regardless. I know this is the last race, but are we going to see you more next season in the Realistic Performance League, or we'll see what happens?
Yeah, if you all have me, I don't see why not.
Cool.
Certainly something that I'm happy to discuss, but just need to make sure that I don't take on too much with me doing equal performance as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, we'd like to see more, right, Matt? Because I want to see you get more podiums than ever before. The Highlander, as I always call you there, during that time. But was there any good, last question overall of the Mexican Grand Prix, was there any good battles that you recommended tonight from yourself?
Who was it? I think 2 or 3 laps in a row I was 3 wide for pretty much every straight with a couple of the guys. Yes. Who was it I was racing? I know TL4 he's got some great pace, especially in the wet. But I think I was running side by side with a couple of guys down the straights. That was pretty good fun. I think I came off the better of the 3 cars at both straights, so I was quite happy with that as well.
Yeah, you did. There was so many 3-to-beds. With my voice is completely gone. Tim's just like gone. He was just saying, it was just unbelievable racing, fantastic stuff as well. But Rymac, unfortunately, I know there's only like yourself here, but would have liked to have heard Simon's point of view from last to first, and also Froschstein winning, getting second place, and also getting second place in the driver's standings as well. I will mention the constructors in a moment or two. But Rymac, well done for getting third place tonight. That's a brilliant race from yourself, and I thought you'd done it on your debut race. I thought you won your first race on your debut, but fair play to you, mate. I'm not going to say the usual 2 questions because we haven't got no race next week or the week after or anything like that, because next season is the brand new season. So what if you are joining Realistic Performance League next season, what's your expectations for next season if you are joining us?
I'm not sure, to be fair, because I'm not sure which equal performance league I'll be competing in. So, it's quite interesting. I really like the prospect of realistic performance, getting the different cars that do different things, and you can clearly see that it's a much more even playing field when it actually comes to racing. So, no, it's exciting. I hope I have got time for it. I'd like to come on board, but I need to make sure I'm not biting off more than I can chew.
Fair enough, mate, fair enough. But congratulations on getting third. Whatever happens, I wish you all the very best of luck. If you are joining us next season, I wish you all the very best of luck, or whatever you're going to do. You have been a brilliant driver this season, mainly in the F3 League, and obviously tonight for your first ever debut race of the Realistic Performance League. Well done for tonight, Ryan Mack. Brilliant stuff.
Thanks, Malc.
Can I just say a massive congratulations to Sab and TL44S for their winning the Constructors tonight. They already had two hands on the trophy here, but that is confirmed now, so they have won the Constructors. Mr. Sky winning his fourth Drivers' World title in a row in 4 seasons. Magnificent stuff there. But like I said, absolutely brilliant race to top it off there. But Tim, what's your thoughts of the race tonight before we stop the stream?
Wait. There was a race? I thought there was about 3 races there. I mean, it honestly feels like it was 3 races. Just so many different things happened. I cannot believe that so many different strategies and so many different happenings and incidents and events and celebrations and crying and everything could just all happen into one. But nonetheless, we had it. It was a dry race. Then it was a wet race. Safety car twice. And then just the normal, intense battle that you get in this league regardless. It was just absolutely crazy. A good way to end the season nonetheless, but this is definitely a race that we're going to be talking about for quite a while.
Hopefully so. This has been one classic race and always has been as well. Can I just say a massive thank you to all the guys that watched the stream for the final time this season on the Tuesday nights on the Realistic Performance League. Can you please make sure you like to subscribe to the Invictus Racing League channel for all the live races here as well. Like I said, this has been a classic race. I can't believe we're stopping it at round 12. I feel like, as you rightly said there, Tim, I feel like there was like 3 lots of races galore there, but fair play to the guys here. Absolutely magnificent stuff there. Again, thank you to all the guys who was watching the stream. I'd like to thank you, Tim, for this season. You have been an absolute legend as the greatest American commentator of them all. You did a brilliant job as always, and I really do hope to see you back in the commentators box with me next season for which I believe might be 3 weeks time. We're not sure what the pre-season race would be, but we'll find out sooner rather than later. But what's your thoughts of this season as a whole before we stop?
It's been an interesting season indeed. During the preseason, we were talking about, could Mr. Sky Z, make it the 4th Drivers' Championship in a row. And last week we saw that he did that. But even with the championship battle already being decided, there was still no short of action tonight. And that's a perfect way to sum up the entire season. There was really not a shortage of action throughout this season, and it wasn't controversial. Nothing happened was controversial. It was just really hard racing throughout the whole season. We saw some incidents. Maybe a few drivers kind of didn't like what another driver did. When we look at the race chat afterwards, but just as a whole, the season was action packed and it was intense, and it's exactly what the racing needs to be. And hats off to each and every one of the drivers throughout the season that have joined us. And I thank them for putting on a great show, and I look forward to seeing them here in a few weeks' time.
Like I said, fair play to you, Tim, for the nicest words ever at the Realistic Performance League, the founder league of the Realistic Performance League. I can't believe this is the 102nd race of the Realistic Performance League. Absolutely magnificent stuff there. And again, thank you for everything that you've done, Tim, on the commentators box. Absolutely magnificent stuff, as always. I'd like to thank everyone that was watching the stream for all the rest of for this season as well. It's been an absolutely brilliant races, regardless. So many 2 in the beds, 3 in the beds. Unbelievable moves, unbelievable overtakes. And we just don't know what to say anymore. It's just absolutely fantastic stuff. And like I said, thank you very much, guys. Absolute privilege to be doing the commentary with you, Tim, as always. Thank you very much, guys. This was the Realistic Performance League for the Invictus Racing League channel. on the Tuesday nights at the glorious race of Mexico. There'll be no race next week because this is the end of the season. We will be back in 2 to 3 weeks' time for the brand new season on there. Well, I believe Mr. Skyc will have a break of the season next season, so that will be a brand new championship drivers championship winner that could happen there next season. I thought he would have gone for the 5th one, but he's not as well. But can I say a massive congratulations to Mr. Skyc again for winning the 4th time of Asking of Drivers Championship in a row. Unbelievable stuff. I don't think anyone will match that at the moment in the Realistic Performance League. And also, well done to TL4FS and Sab for winning the Constructors tonight. So they've done a brilliant job there. Will they keep their teams as well? Who knows? But thank you very much, guys. I was your host with the most, Malc, with the greatest American commentator of them all, Tim. I'll see you all next season. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.